The hate that Lightfall has received is unnecessary. The Lightfall DLC as a whole was better than Witchqueen DLC as a whole. Lightfall's campaign could have been better. Witchqueen's campaign was better than Lightfall. I'll give Witchqueen that. But the DLC as a whole, Lightfall's better. The exotics from Lightfall are better. The exotic quests from Lightfall are better. And I feel like the lore from Lightfall is better than Witchqueen's. The only reason why Witchqueen gets so much praise is because the campaign was good, and I've said that it's better than Lightfall's. And the only reason why people honestly liked Witchqueen more is because it had to do with Savathûn. The reason why Savathûn was getting Savathûn is getting so much praise is because D1 vets like myself knew who Savathûn was ever since the Book of Sorrows came out. So there's always this inner thing with Savathûn wanting to finally meet Savathûn since we've known about it for so long. And the reason why people who didn't play D1 but played D2 vanilla were so invested with Savathûn is because ever since they heard about Savathûn since Savathûn's song, The Strike on Titan. And then throughout the years, you had stuff getting placed here and there, little teasers of Savathûn throughout the years of D2's seasons, when seasons started to come out. So I think that's the main reason why the Witchqueen did so good, other than just the story, that the campaign was good, was because we had years of build-up towards Savathûn. And in Lightfall, we really didn't have that much investment into the Witness because we barely knew who the Witness was about a year ago. There wasn't as much build-up. We knew about the Dorito chips, but we didn't really know who was controlling them and who was behind it all until about a year ago. And we already knew we weren't going to fight the Witness because there's a whole DLC after this. So we already knew it was going to be the new baddie of the week type of DLC. Do I wish Lightfall's campaign would have been better? Of course. But if you were to ask me, would you pay $40 like you did for Witchqueen to have a good campaign, but the rest of the DLC is mid? Or would you rather spend $50 again for the campaign to be mid, but the whole DLC as a whole to be amazing? I would do the $50 every single time. I didn't enjoy Witchqueen's campaign, first of all. The cutscenes and the lore in the Witchqueen was good, but the missions were annoying and they were too long. Lightfall did it perfectly, where they're nice, short, sweet, and to the point. Even though Lightfall was harder on Legendary, I'm a solo player, so I played it solo. I played the Legendary campaign on Lightfall with all 3 characters. I couldn't stand to do it on Witchqueen. I did it with my Titan, and then I beat the story with my Hunter on just normal, and then I didn't even touch my Warlock on the Witchqueen campaign. And that's just because the missions were they were annoying. People complaining that Neomuna looks bland and boring and it's dead. I won't take it away from the Witchqueen, because it does look beautiful on Savathûn's throne world, but it's literally just hive architecture painted white with, red bushes here and there. At least Neomuna is refreshing. It's the one area that we can go to that isn't all destroyed. It's actually a well-held place. Every other place you go to in the Destiny universe, everything's either old, falling apart, destroyed, and broken. So it was a breath of fresh air. For instance, here are the exotics from Witchqueen that honestly sucked. I have these. You could just say this is up to opinion, but these exotics are. I don't fight any of the exotics in Witchqueen other than a couple that I put in the good spot. I put good, mid, and bad for the exotics that came from Witchqueen. And as you can see, not very many exotics were good. And then here's Lightfalls. And you can be like, oh no man, those are actually, no, they're good. They're most of the exotics, more exotics from Lightfall outweigh the exotics that we got from Witchqueen. The quests in Lightfall are better than Witchqueen. The game as a whole, the Lightfall as a whole is just better. DLC wise, and the whole veil thing. People complaining about the veil. You're gonna know what the veil is eventually. People, like people were gonna, even if Bungie did a phenomenal job on Lightfall's campaign, they would have bitched about something else. They would have been like, really? Callus is the last boss? That you're really gonna end Callus like that? Or it would have been, it would have been something. They just find people are just finding something to complain about because it didn't cater to what they wanted it to be. Um, Bungie didn't really deserve all the backlash for the campaign because people put it as a whole saying Lightfall is trash when it's not Lightfall as a trash. The campaign was mid, but they didn't even give a chance to play the whole DLC to understand it because bad reviews happened within like 2 days of it coming out. They didn't even get time put in to do the exotic quests or anything like that. So Lightfall better than Witchqueen. You could say it's my opinion, whatever, but I just think that's honestly people just need to chill. They need to at least play it for more than a day or two before you give it negative reviews. Because now when people are thinking about getting into it, they're gonna see the Lightfall reviews and think no, and I think that's wrong. And that's all I have to say about the Lightfall DLC.